I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I guess before we get started, Chief Mahal, did you want to say a few words? You want to get the regular meeting?
If I might,
Yeah, please do now. Yeah.
we could have done it while we're standing, but I'd appreciate a moment to sign up from the audience, please, to honor the lives that have been lost recently in our country to violent crimes. Not to put any weight heavily on any others, but let's also remember 3 police officers that were killed yesterday in the line of duty. And Chief Stepanski, I'm sure you'll join my thoughts about sending our condolences and our thoughts and expressions to the families of those lost at 9/11.
Yes.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Joshua Ritchie. Bart Konowski. Ken Fisher.
Here.
Richard Stefano.
Here.
Frank Kislin.
Here.
Tom Myers. Here. Fred Akers. Joe Public.
Here. Okay, no executive sessions have been held since the last meeting. Anything from the mayor?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll move on to reports. Anything from the solicitor? No, sir. Engineer? Don't have Dave. I'll just read his report into the meeting. For water and sewer lines, this is for municipal authority, have been replaced on Chestnut and North Streets. Oak Street water tank crew is sandblasting and preparing to paint the tank. The 2025 Freeland Boro stormwater improvement project. Completed settlement checklist and attended several Teams meetings and phone calls. Final commitment funding offer was received by the borough. Reconstruction meeting and notice to proceed will be issued within the week. 2025 Ground Street paving project. Project was completed in time for school, and since the project came in under initial budget, some curbing was repaired, replaced, and inlet tops and other utility work was performed during the course of that work. And finally, the Penvest loan settlement was scheduled for this morning at 10 a.m. We completed that process, so everything's done. We'll look to have our reconstruction meetings and hopefully get started within the next few weeks on that project. That's engineer report. Police chief.
So the Public Safety Committee has documents in front of them with regard to the Cody reporting system. It's a records management system that we're suggesting to replace our current records management system of Metro Alert. You have the pricing in front of you. I'd also like to add that in addition to the information that you have in front of you, the sales representative has also let us know that if we sign on in 2025, and other departments in Luzerne County also sign on in 2025, which, as we discussed before, this has been a county-wide project. It was open for discussion between the chiefs of police throughout the entire county, and some departments have already signed on and others are pending. But if we were to sign on in 2025, and then additional departments sign on after us, we would realize an additional 1% savings up to 10% for every department that will sign on after us in 2025. So you have those prices for review. Also in front of you, you have a sample of a cadet contract that I pieced together from a bunch of different areas. And what this is a simple example of what could be a contract per se between the borough and any potential police applicants that are not currently certified under Act 120. There is a trend going very recently with departments that are sponsoring people to go to the police academy, and this is because the applicants just aren't like they used to be, of people who are already currently Act 120 certified. Councilor, I put a copy in front of you for review as well. This isn't something that you're looking to act on this month or even next, but for your consideration because of the fact that it's lukewarm as far as the responses that we get for applicants, as are other departments. It's just not us, it's a statewide, it's a nationwide thing where we're not seeing the people signing up for the job like they used to. I don't have reports to give to you as I do every month, but I can tell you that we've documented 239 calls for service in the month of August. That, of course, doesn't include all of the phone calls that we field or some of the things that we respond to that aren't police oriented for us to do it, for documented report. And one more thing, maybe two. With regard to police applicants and testing, Counselor, I don't know, I know sometimes borough code allows things to be relaxed or whatever, but maybe it would be a good idea for smaller communities like Freeland Boro to start discussions with other smaller communities like other boroughs that are restricted by borough code more so than perhaps townships of the first and second class of cities. Because cities and larger townships are eliminating their testing procedure, they're allowing lateral transfers from one department to the next, and that's a huge step as well as far as, you know, bolstering your roster. And looking through the agenda, I see there's a flock camera discussion, and it's my understanding that part of that discussion involves taking away some of the flock cameras that we currently have. And for those who aren't aware, we currently have 10 flock camera systems. The flock camera is the roadside license plate reader that you see on the side of the road between here, Hazelton, Hazel Township, Butler Township, and anywhere else that you see the camera sitting on a post on the side of the road. What that does is that's an investigative tool that helps us track people that we may be looking for that are involved in crimes in the area. And I give reports sometimes every month, sometimes every other month with regard to the activity of our flock cameras. We don't always solve our own crimes all the time with them, but they have been an asset to us since we've implemented the system. We've been able to locate different vehicles, different people for different investigations, and while I won't go into some of the specifics because some of the investigations are underway still, they've assisted us greatly. Not only for us referring to our own cameras, but we are also able to access every camera that surrounds us from every community. And likewise, other communities are able to access information from our cameras. So if Hazelton City's looking for a car and they type in a plate number or a description of the car, and that car is passed by one of our cameras, that helps Hazelton City with their investigations. And that's a huge tool, especially in a situation with Freeland where we don't have the luxury of having multiple officers on patrol at one time. Usually it's the Lone Ranger, one of us all the time. So, and as we just discussed, with all the things that are going on, the police shootings and all the other things that are taking place in the world, if somebody's not there to communicate the description of a car or a person, that flock camera system is an investigative tool that can help lead potentially, and I'm going to extremes, identify a person or vehicle that may have just been involved in an officer shooting, or anything else for that matter, a citizen shooting, a violent crime, or even trivial crime. It helps us get to the end result. So taking all that into consideration, if this was the plan to reduce the number of cameras that we have available, I would ask the council people who might have that in mind to reconsider that strongly, because it is an asset to our department, and with the fact that we don't have all the people in the seats at the same time, and the luxury of having multiple people run the town, it helps us in one way or the other, and it's an investment. If it's gonna be that one time when it helps us solve a major crime, it pays for itself. And I think the citizens, you know, I would hope that the citizens would agree. So, if there are any questions about that, please feel free to ask me. Any questions of me? Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Fire Chief.
Fire department responded to 10 incidents for the month of August. We were in service for 27 hours. Engineer training to date, 39. Total training hours for the month of July was 42. And training hours full year to date was 995. Do you want to talk about the building, no updates from, in regards to any kind of drawings or that?
I think we have building discussion a little further down the work session. We could chat about there if there's anything. So, and we have the truck to the right. Maybe you want to.
Yeah, you want to talk about that now, or?
Could let them. Yeah, you can let council know about that now a little bit.
Okay. About 3 meetings ago, we talked with, about approved up to $20,000 for command vehicle to upgrade our operation at the fire department. The $20,000 mark is pretty much buying somebody else's garbage. They belong in the salvage yards, the one that we found. We found the 2020 Expedition from Command Fire Apparatus out of Lancaster. We also bought our last 2 ladder trucks from them. It comes with a warranty. It's a 2020, 62,000 miles. With the lettering, it would be $41,000 out the door. If we could possibly talk about financing, I think you have a spot on there about that, to maybe, the deposit would be $8,000 to hold it, and then maybe look at financing the rest as long as it stays in that tax bracket for a year.
Questions?
Chief, what is that vehicle, what is it used for?
For the officers to run the incidents, there'll be a command board, radios and stuff in the back. It's, I'll call it, it's the new wave to operate at the bigger incidents and stuff.
What kind of a vehicle is it?
It's a SUV, it's an expedition, 4-door, you know,
And
and
what
can move
was it?
5 people.
What's the cost?
It's 41,000, it's a 2020 with 62,000 miles on. If you bought a brand new one, you're looking at about 85 to 90.
That's with all the equipment in it
And
already.
and this already has all of the needed equipment, lighting packages, maintenance records, everything, so. It's in one of the departments that rotate them every 5 years. So, you know, there's a 90-day warranty that comes from the vendor.
Else? No? Ambulance chief.
All right, the ambulance was in service 508.5 hours. Once we pulled the QRS time out of that, there were a total of 52 calls for the month, 43 911s, 9 transports, 22 were BLS, 13 were ALS, 10 no treats, no transports, and 7 canceled en route. Most of those canceled en routes were heading into other municipalities. Total for the year after 8 months, 564 calls.
Anything else? That's it?
That's it for right now. We took the second truck, we've had it serviced. We're still working on, we think, on a fan problem. Once that gets done, then that truck can do full service calls. Right now it's just doing short around the area calls.
Frank, do you have enough staff for that second truck?
The second truck is gonna be 1 backup and 2 not people in station. We're working on a list of people that will just respond when it's a transport. We have an hour to get them, so they can really be coming from anywhere.
Anyone else for ambulance? Okay. Lorne, DPW.
We were patching holes, cutting grass, picked a lot of junk up that was in the park. Cans were kicked over again, a lot of branches fell off the trees that were dying, a lot of them trees. Helped the water company with their projects going on, we've been helping them for a couple weeks now, keeping up with them. The Mack truck was inspected and it needed some repair on it, brakes, new drums. Probably needs new tires for the winter, but we'll try and hold off on that a little bit. Put a handicap placard up, garbage. You know about the garbage situation.
Yep.
All the delinquent people that don't pay their garbage bill. Now it's our job to go pick it up, which is fine. Let me see here. We were helping the Foster paving the lower end of Vine Street. It came out nice.
Yeah,
We're
what's the
trying to make a working
relationship again?
relationship with Foster again. We got our project coming up down on Luzerne and Park Street, which is our stormwater drains, manholes. So we're gonna start that project probably next week or the next week. They're gonna help us, we're gonna pay for it, but
Maybe we could borrow their crack sealing.
they're gonna switch around and we just repair. We're trying to get a better working relationship. with
Sure.
them. And we cut some of the tripping hazards down on Center Street. We're still working on that. Curbs, we're still painting them, trying to get them all done.
Looks good.
Otherwise than that, we're pretty busy.
Yeah.
We're keeping going.
Richie,
Yes, sir.
could you expand on what was said about picking up garbage?
For the delinquent.
Yes.
So basically, well, there's a process. So we're, you know, terminating service to the most delinquent
I understand that.
residents, and then the code enforcement officer will give us directive if they're still putting the trash out, even though their service is discontinued. The DPW goes and collects the trash, and then we dispose of in a dumpster. But then we are filing, you know, the code enforcement officers filing a citation along with a bill for us collecting the trash.
Okay.
So for example, there was a property owner in the 400 block of Center Street that got a $1,000 bill from us 2 weeks ago for picking up their trash. And then they don't pay the bill, then it goes to a lien on the property.
Okay. So this is not making it easy on the property
No,
owner?
no.
Thank you.
Welcome. No, Warren, that's it. Okay. Mr. Crone, are you here tonight? We have code and zoning? I'll read his report in that we got. Code enforcement report for 8/19/2025 to September 18th, 2025. 18 complaints, 89 phone calls, 16 quality of life citations, 4 non-traffic citations, quality of life warnings 19, notice of violations 4, occupancy inspections for new owner 0, rental inspections 26, building uninhabitable 2, assist the fire department 1, magisterial court appearances 1, skilled machine licenses 0, expired meter tickets 0, abandoned vehicles tag 21, parking tickets 21. 3 property owners were billed for man hours and equipment performed by Borough to remove trash or cut grass. Rental property registration inspections continuing. No serious issues encountered to date. 185 South Street, former PGA, fire alarm and sprinkler systems are online. Then we go to the zoning report. We have 6 complaints. Work permits issued 18. Contractor licenses 2. Dumpster permits 2. Zoning permit applications